Well, the regular season is over for the Lake Forest College men's hockey team, and now it's time for the NCHA Harris Cup quarterfinal playoffs, where they'll face off against Concordia Wisconsin in Mequon, Wisconsin this Friday and Saturday. I'm Cam McGuire, the voice of Lake Forest College hockey, and coming up in this week's episode of Inside Forester Hockey, I'll be joined by head coach Pat Keller to preview the upcoming series. Joined now by head coach Pat Kelleher in this week's episode of Inside Forester Hockey. It's playoff time now. You guys have made the playoffs the last 3 out of 4 years, but the structure is going back to what it used to be. Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we're back to 8 teams making playoffs. The last 2 years it had been, been 6 teams, and I think, for the coaches in the league, I think it was, we have such a deep league and, so competitive that to cut it down to 6 right away, we thought was maybe a little bit of a disservice to the players and, how hard they've been working all year. And I certainly expect, even the 1-4 matchups in both divisions, I think will be, very competitive, and certainly the 2-3 matchups too. So in terms of quality of play, I don't think you're not losing anything by having those 2 extra teams, and I think it gives, student athletes an opportunity to play a few more games. It's a short season, so anytime you can get a couple extra games and have a chance to survive and advance, I think that's a good thing. So
you guys have played Concordia twice this season. You lost both times, but you feel like you played pretty well against them, especially last time. How do you see you guys stacking up against them?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think the last time we played them, we felt like we had some really good chances in the first and second period and carried the play to an extent. And unfortunately, we just weren't able to finish those chances. And then in the third period, they capitalized on a few of their opportunities. So we certainly expect a really competitive weekend. I think two teams that are pretty evenly matched. And, we know that they want to play with a lot of pace and get up and go. So, for us, we just have to be ready to play really good in transition on defense and then be ready to counterattack as well, when we have our opportunities, because, like I said, with the way they play, they're dangerous, but you certainly, I think, we'll get some opportunities going your way as well.
It was a battle all year long for that second seed. I can imagine that you guys are going to be fired up for this one.
Yeah, I mean, it came down there the last few weekends, and obviously they held the tiebreaker on us. But we knew, I think, going into the last weekend that we'd be matched up against them, just kind of home ice on the line. And I think for the guys, it's they beat us twice in the regular season. So if you need a little extra motivation, I think it's there. But at the same time, it's playoff hockey. So I think that to an extent, you're going to be ready to go one way or the other. So it should be a great weekend of really competitive hockey.
So there's definitely chemistry on this team from top to bottom. You look at this late in the season, what are your guys' point of emphasis? I know team defense is definitely up in that list.
Yeah, certainly. That's been a big point of emphasis in the second half here. Really just playing a stronger defensive game, but transition defense. Like I said, the way that they play, they're really good in transition. So you have to make sure you have guys constantly working to get back over the top on defense. Bringing all 5 guys back into the zone and making sure they don't get any second chance opportunities. And then being ready to transition yourself. They want to play an up and down game. We feel like we'll get some chances on the counter strike, and again, it's just about being ready to execute when you have those chances.
You talk about them wanting to play an up and down game. They've got some guys up front that can really use their speed and get the puck in the back of the net. You got to be aware when they're on the ice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're talented up front. I think that's where their strength lies in their team. And for us, we just have to be prepared, especially early in games. Can't be surprised by the speed of the game, and everything's ramped up in playoffs already. So I think for us, it's making sure that we're protecting the middle of the ice, not getting overly extended, and again, just working back. Having a good third man high, making sure our forwards are always working to get back over the top, because generally, it's not that first or second guy guy that beats you. A lot of times it's that, third guy entering the zone that isn't marked. So for us, it's playing really good team defense and transitions, a big point of emphasis.
So it's that time of year again. It's playoff hockey in the NCHA. Both games will be streamed on GoForesters.com. Puck drop on Friday at 8 o'clock, and then Saturday at 7 o'clock. This has been another episode of Inside Forester Hockey. Thanks for watching.